The MC businesses have received yet another buff in 2025. This time removing the post-op sell missions, RIP, not really, goodbye, as well as a new way to get a 35% bonus on 2 of the businesses. This video will explain which of these businesses are the best, how much money you can make from them, and how to make the most money possible. If you enjoy, leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more stuff like this, and let's jump in. So the first thing we need to know is how many of these businesses actually are there. Well, there's 5. And as you can guess, all of these businesses aren't exactly legal. These businesses are a counterfeit cash factory, a document forgery office, and then we have 3 different types of drugs that I'm not really allowed to say here on YouTube. So we've got some green stuff, some white stuff, and then some blue stuff that you might know from Breaking Bad. However, before you can go and buy one of these businesses, you're actually going to need a separate business first, and that business is called an MC Clubhouse. I guess that makes sense. If you want to run a motorcycle club, you do need a clubhouse. And to buy one of these, we're going to head onto the internet, go into Mazebank foreclosures, filter by clubhouses, and here you can see all of the clubhouses you can choose from. None of these are really that expensive. I think the most expensive one is just over $400,000. If you're really looking to save money, you can definitely buy the cheapest one, which is right here, the Great Chaparral Clubhouse. This honestly isn't in that bad of a location and it'll do just fine, but if you do have millions of dollars saved up and you're willing to spend a bit more, it probably would be beneficial to get a clubhouse at the top of the city. But again, that's not really that important. What's more important is the upgrades you choose for your MC Clubhouse. Here you can see all of the optional upgrades for your clubhouse. And almost all of these are completely cosmetic. They're not actually going to do anything besides change the look of your clubhouse. All of them except for the bottom 2. So we've got the gun locker. Essentially what that does is it just cleans up your weapon wheel. A lot of us have too many weapons and it takes a long time to scroll through all our weapons when we're out and about. So essentially this lets you put some of your weapons in the locker so that there's less on your weapon wheel. Again, it's really not that important, but it can be nice if you've got a lot of weapons and a lot of money to spend on it. The one upgrade I would recommend getting though is Custom Bike Shop. Now previously all this let you do was customize your bikes, which honestly was kinda useless since you can just go to LS Customs. However, now we can actually make some money with this one. Every so often, normally about once an hour, a customer is going to bring their own bike into this shop. What you have to do is customize the bike to their expectations, which will be pretty much completely free in the end, so don't worry about that. Once you've customized their bike, your job is to deliver it to them. During this sell mission, your job is to keep the bike as spotless as possible. Try not to crash it at all and deliver it undamaged to the customer. A 100% successful delivery will get you $50,000 plus the customer will pay all of the costs that it costs to upgrade the bike. So if you can make $50,000 every hour or 2 with this, you can see in the long run that's going to make you a lot of money. Another important thing to know about the MC Club is that you can actually make money through the bar in your MC Clubhouse. As the owner, all you need to do is go up to your bartender here, start a resupply mission, and keep that bar stocked every couple of hours. If you can do that, all you need to do is head into your office in your clubhouse and pick up the money that's going to be laying there. Instead of just the clubhouse being a place for you to buy more businesses, now there's 2 ways for you to make money with it. And now you know what they are. Okay, so let's get on to the rest of the MC businesses, the other 5 that I mentioned before. This is where the real money is made. We've got 5 different businesses for you to choose, and each of them is going to create a different type of product that you'll end up selling. To recap, these different types of products are a document forgery office, a counterfeit cash factory, and then 3 different types of illegal substances. A green one, a blue one, and a white one. In order to buy these, go into your MC Clubhouse in your office. You're gonna have to set yourself up as an MC president, and you're gonna want to sit down at your computer. From here, the game will let you choose any of these businesses and you can go ahead and buy them. If you're struggling for money, it's completely okay to buy the cheapest location for any given business. The business will still operate the exact same way and it'll make you the same amount of money per hour. So it doesn't matter if you buy one at the top of the map or one right in the middle of the city, they will operate the exact same way no matter what. For years, I've operated only using the cheapest location for each business because, well, that's going to save you a fair bit of money. But if you can afford it and you've got lots of money to blow, buying one in the city is an okay option now, especially considering you can do these sell missions in invite-only lobbies now. So, in theory, you're not going to have to worry about griefers. Before I get into exactly how these businesses operate and how much money they're going to make you per hour, I need to let you know that all of the figures I'm going to be using take into consideration that not only do you have the business, but you have also purchased the staff and equipment upgrades for each business as well. Now, buying the staff and equipment upgrades is going to more than double your purchase price for any of these businesses. However, that's kind of the only way to make real money with these things. If you don't have the staff and equipment upgrades for any of these businesses, you're not going to be making anywhere near as much money as you could, and honestly, you're not even going to be making enough money to the point where I would recommend doing this. If you can't afford these two upgrades, don't bother buying an MC business, because there's a ton of better ways to make money in the game. And as you can see on your screen now, if you're buying a white lockup, that's just under $1 million, but to buy the staff and equipment upgrades on your screen, that's an additional over $1.3 million. Yeah, you can see it is even more expensive than the business itself, so keep that in mind before you buy one. In order to buy these upgrades, go into your MC business once you've purchased it, and you can buy it in the upgrades tab on the laptop in that business. Okay, let's get into how these work. The process is really quite simple. Once you walk into your business, you're going to see two bars on the bottom right of your screen: product and supplies. Your staff at any of these businesses will slowly convert that supplies bar into product. They'll be using supplies to create these products. Pretty simple, right? So all you need to do is two things. You've only got two jobs. You need to keep that supplies bar full and sell the product when you're ready to sell it. So that means you need to know two things: how to keep the supplies bar full and when to sell your product. There's two ways to restock your supplies. The first one, and the easiest one, is going to the laptop in your business, clicking on resupply, and then buying supplies. You'll see your supplies bar is broken up into 5 little sections. Each one of those bars costs $15,000. So that means to fully resupply your business, 15 times 5 is $75,000 for a full resupply. The other way you can restock your business is to steal supplies on your laptop. Once you click that, you're going to be put into a steal mission where you're going to go out, steal the supplies, deliver them back to your business, and that will slowly fill up that bar. Now, I say slowly because a lot of these missions are only going to fill up that supplies bar 1/5 of the way. Which means to fully resupply your business, you could be spending half an hour, maybe even an hour just trying to do this. Yeah, it's not worth it. Even though it might hurt seeing that $75,000 leave your bank account, this is by far the most efficient way to operate these businesses, so always buy supplies. Next up, when should you actually sell your product? The answer to this is actually kind of tricky. To start off, I need to tell you straight up, you should be doing this in an invite-only session. If you try to sell this in a public lobby, you're going to appear on everyone's mini-map, and there'll be a lot of people that are going to try and blow you up. If they blow you up, you will lose all of that product and you will make no money. And believe me, lots of people will try to blow up your stuff. Now, if you are feeling adventurous and you want to try selling this in a public lobby, it's a big risk and you could lose all your product, but you can also make a lot more money. So if you do decide to sell it in a public lobby, for every other player that's in your lobby, you'll get a 2.5% bonus. That's going to cap out at 50%. So if you have 20 players in your lobby, you're going to get an extra 50% of the amount of money every time you sell, which can be absolutely huge, but keep in mind it is a big risk and there's no way to defend yourself when you're selling. There's a few different strategies on when you should actually sell your product. Some players like to let it fill up all the way. That way they can just sell a lot more at once. However, what this is going to do is this is actually going to spawn multiple sell vehicles during your sell mission. A full business will normally give you 3 sell vehicles, which means that if you're doing this solo, a single sell mission could take up to 25 minutes to complete. You can occasionally get lucky and sell a full business and it will sometimes only give you 1 vehicle, but that's pretty rare. A lot of other people, on the other hand, like to sell it very often when there's only about 1.5 bars of product. That way, you're normally only going to get 1 sell vehicle and then your mission might only take 5 minutes. So honestly, it's up to you. Would you prefer to do more missions more often that are quicker, or would you prefer to do it less often but have a longer mission when you decide to sell? It's up to you. Let's talk about profit. How much are these going to make you and which business is best? Well, first of all, when it is time to sell, you're going to want to sell to the remote location. this is what that looks like. You head over to your laptop, click sell stock, and you're going to want to sell it to the location that's furthest away because that's going to give you 50% more money. That is absolutely huge. So taking that into account, let's get into the numbers. This is going to get pretty confusing, so if you need to rewatch this again, that's completely fine. Here we go. One full resupply restock for each business will make you this much money. For the white stuff, that's going to earn you $201,600, and that's going to take 2 hours to work through one full bar of supplies. A full restock of the blue lab will make you $178,500. That's going to take 2.5 hours. For the cash factory, that's going to make you $167,400, and that's going to take 2 hours and 40 minutes. For the green stuff, that's going to make you $189,000, but that one's going to take 3 hours and 20 minutes. And for the document forgery, that's going to make you $126,000, but that one's going to take you 2.5 hours to work through one full bar of supplies. If you let the businesses fill up all the way, how much money will you get for a full business? Well, for the white stuff, it'll be worth $504,000. For the blue stuff, it'll be $428,000. For the cash factory, it'll be $352,000. The green farm will be $302,000, and the document forgery office will be $151,000. But this isn't entirely accurate. In fact, there's 2 businesses that got a massive buff in 2025. That being the counterfeit cash factory and the weed farm. Hopefully Rockstar doesn't censor me. This video has been going on for about 10 minutes now. For these 2 businesses, you can get additional upgrades that will increase the value of your product. So how do we do it? Well, it's actually quite simple. If you buy the hands-on car wash in Maze Bank foreclosures for $1 million, your counterfeit cash factory will get a 35% increase in its profits. After you buy the car wash, you can then buy the smoke on the water weed shop in Maze Bank foreclosures as well, and buying this will give you a 35% increase for your weed farm. With that 35% increase, a full counterfeit cash factory will now be worth $476,000, and a full weed farm will be $408,000. Which makes them 2 of the better MC businesses in the game. The counterfeit cash factory now becomes better than the meth lab, and the weed farm becomes roughly the same as the meth lab in terms of profit per hour. So which of these businesses are actually worth it? Well, it's kind of hard to say. In 2025, these aren't going to be the best way to make money. They're just not. We've got so many great ways to make money, like the contract, Cayo Perico, even properties like the bunker, the acid lab. So if you're strictly looking at profits, none of these businesses will be in the top 5 businesses in the game. But if you're looking for a way to expand your empire, the profits you can make with the coke lockup, the meth lab, and if you have those additional upgrades for the cash factory and weed farm, all of these are very good businesses and you can make a lot of money. But just keep in mind that they're not the best way to make money in the game. They're probably not even top 5. Anyway, if you enjoyed this explainer video, please do leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more stuff like this, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Boys!
Favorite color, money green. I've been on my grind since I was in the 7th grade. Had my first kid, I was only 17. Always a provider for my pack like Wolverines. But you won't find me on the mountaintop. Need no calculator, I can wear it cause it kinda lie. Always on my top around that paper like a Michael Scott.